Your mucus may not be the real problem. The real problem is that it has turned thick, sticky, and trapped inside your body. And after 60, that can happen faster than most people realize. In your sinuses, your chest, and even deep in your lungs. If you want to stay healthy and independent as you age, hit that subscribe button right now. We share simple, science-backed health tips like this every single day. Here's what years of watching the same pattern have taught me. Many people keep buying stronger cold products, but never fix the reason the mucus got stuck in the first place. Your body already knows how to clear it. It just needs the right help. And today, I'm going to show you 5 simple things you can drink or chew that may help loosen mucus, calm irritation, and help you breathe easier. Now, before we continue, tell me your age and where you're watching from in the comments. This helps us understand who we're helping. Here's what most people get wrong. Mucus is not your enemy. You need it. Mucus is like your body's flypaper. It traps dust, germs, smoke, and tiny particles before they sink deeper into your airways. So the goal is not to get rid of all mucus. The goal is to thin it out so it can move. That's the part many people miss. When mucus gets too thick, it turns from a helpful cleaner into a traffic jam. Then your nose feels blocked, your throat feels coated, your chest feels heavy, and you keep coughing, but nothing really comes up. Sound familiar? Let me be clear. Not every old piece of advice is wrong, but some of it is incomplete. A 2020 study from Oxford University looked at 14 clinical trials with 1,761 patients and found that honey was 36% more effective for cough and 44% better for cough severity than usual care. So no, the answer is not always a stronger drug. Sometimes the simple stuff works better than people expect. And here's another shocker. A 2023 study from the National Institutes of Health tracked more than 11,000 adults and found that people with higher markers of poor hydration had up to a 64% higher risk of chronic disease. Why does that matter for mucus? Because dry airways make thick mucus. Thick mucus gets stuck. Stuck mucus makes breathing feel harder. It really can be that simple. So let's count down from number 5 to number 1. Number 5, warm water and broth. Most people think congestion means they need a special product first, but actually, many times your body is asking for fluid first. Think of dried food stuck on a plate. What loosens it faster? More scrubbing or a little warm water? Your mucus works the same way. Your airways have tiny hair-like sweepers called cilia. These tiny sweepers move mucus up and out. But when the mucus gets dry, those sweepers slow down. Then everything sits there like wet cement. Ever notice how you feel more clogged in dry rooms after poor sleep, or when you haven't had enough to drink? That is not in your imagination. A 2023 study from the NIH found that adults with signs of poor hydration were more likely to age faster biologically, and they also had higher risk for chronic lung disease. Another recent study in older adults in Taiwan found that low water intake was linked to about 22% higher odds of restrictive lung problems and 40% higher odds of obstructive lung problems. That tells you hydration is not just about thirst. It is about how your airways work. So what do you actually do? Start simple. Drink 8 to 12 ounces of warm water when you wake up, not ice cold. Warm, then have another 8 ounces with breakfast. If your chest feels heavy, sip warm liquid every 15 to 20 minutes instead of chugging one giant glass. Why? Because steady moisture works better than one flood. Broth helps too. 1 cup of warm chicken broth, vegetable broth, or bone broth. The warmth helps, the fluid helps, and the steam from the bowl can help your nose open. If you want an easy target, aim for 6 to 9 cups of fluid a day for many women and 8 to 12 cups for many men, unless your doctor told you to limit fluids. That warning matters. And don't overcomplicate it. Warm water, warm tea, warm broth. That's enough. Not fancy, but effective. But wait until you see number 4, because this one coats the throat while helping calm that stubborn cough. Quick question. Have you experienced thick phlegm, a heavy chest, or postnasal drip lately? Comment yes or no below. Number 4, honey. Most people think honey is just an old home remedy from grandma's kitchen, but actually, honey has real research behind it. It is thick, smooth, and soothing. That matters because irritated tissue makes more mucus. More irritation means more coughing. More coughing means more inflammation. It becomes a loop. Honey works a bit like a soft blanket over an angry throat. It does not kill every germ, does not replace medical care, but it can reduce that scratchy, tickly feeling that keeps setting off the cough reflex. And when you cough less, your airways often calm down enough to move mucus better. A 2020 study from Oxford University found that honey was 36% more effective at treating cough and 44% better at reducing cough severity. The researchers also found it was linked to about a 2-day shorter illness in some patients. That is a big deal when you are tired. Here's how to use it. Take 1 teaspoon to 1 tablespoon of plain honey. Let it slowly coat your throat. You can take it straight off the spoon or stir it into a mug of warm water or warm tea, not boiling. Very hot liquid can thin the honey too much and irritate your throat more. Warm is better. One easy routine is this: 1 teaspoon in warm water in the morning and another teaspoon 30 minutes before bed if your cough gets worse at night. If you want a simple drink, mix 8 ounces of warm water, 1 teaspoon of honey, and a squeeze of lemon for taste. Not magic, just soothing. But you do need common sense here. If you have diabetes or blood sugar problems, keep the amount modest. And if your cough comes with shortness of breath, chest pain, blue lips, or fever that will not go away, honey is not enough. That is doctor territory. Now, you may be thinking, what if the mucus is deeper in the chest and not just in the throat? The number 3 becomes very interesting. Number 3, ginger. Most people think ginger is just for the stomach, but actually, ginger may help the airways too. Here's the thing. When your chest feels tight and your throat feels coated, part of the problem is not just mucus. Part of it is irritation and swelling. Swelling narrows the space. Narrow space makes sticky mucus feel even worse. Think of your breathing tubes like a hallway. If the walls puff inward, even a small pile of mucus feels huge. Ginger may help because some of its natural compounds seem to calm inflammatory signals, which are the body's alarm signals. Less alarm can mean less swelling. Less swelling can mean easier movement of air and mucus. A 2024 study from Columbia University found that a low dose of oral ginger, 1 gram twice a day, improved symptom control in adults with asthma by day 28 and also changed inflammation markers in the blood. That does not mean ginger cures lung disease. It means ginger may help calm irritated airways in some people. So how do you use it at home? The easiest way is ginger tea. Slice a 1-inch piece of fresh ginger root. That is about 10 to 15 grams. Add it to 10 to 12 ounces of hot water. Let it sit for 10 minutes. Sip it slowly. If the taste is too strong, add a small spoon of honey. You can also chew 2 or 3 very thin slices after a meal. If you prefer food, grate 1 teaspoon of fresh ginger into soup, oatmeal, or warm cooked apples. If you use a supplement, remember that the study used a measured extract, not random giant doses. More is not always better. Too much ginger can cause heartburn, stomach upset, or interact with blood thinners. Before we go further, if this is making sense so far, hit that like button. It tells me you want more videos like this. Number 2, spicy peppers. Most people think spicy food makes congestion worse because it makes the nose run, but actually that runny feeling is often the point. The heat in peppers comes from capsaicin. Capsaicin wakes up nerve endings in your nose and throat. That can temporarily make watery mucus flow, which may help loosen thicker, stuck mucus. It is a little like turning on a faucet to clear a clogged pipe. For a short time, things may feel extra drippy, but then pressure can ease. Ever taken 1 bite of hot soup and suddenly felt your nose open? That is not random. That is chemistry. Now, let me be honest. The strongest research here comes from capsaicin used inside the nose, not just from eating peppers. A 2021 study from the University of Texas found that intranasal capsaicin improved rhinitis symptoms and reduced nasal congestion. Then, a 2024 follow-up from the same team reported improvement in 80% of enrolled patients. So the science on the capsaicin compound is real. What can you do with food? Add 1/8 teaspoon of crushed red pepper to a bowl of broth, or add 2 to 4 thin jalapeno slices to soup. You can also try a 1-2 teaspoon of prepared horseradish with food if peppers bother your stomach less than hot sauce does. Start low. You're not trying to punish yourself. You're trying to trigger gentle drainage. If your eyes water a little and your nose starts to drip, that is expected. But if you have reflux, stomach ulcers, mouth sores, or a very sensitive bladder or bowel, go easy or skip this one. Spicy foods can help some people and annoy others. Your body will tell you fast. And now for number 1, this one surprises a lot of people because it is sweet, juicy, and easy to eat. Number 1, pineapple. Most people think pineapple is just dessert, but actually pineapple contains an enzyme called bromelain. An enzyme is a helper protein. Bromelain has been studied for its ability to break down protein and calm swelling. That matters because mucus is not just water. Thick mucus also contains sticky proteins. So when people say pineapple seems to cut through mucus, there may be a reason. A 2018 study from Bucharest found that bromelain taken at 500 milligrams twice a day for 30 days reached the lining of the nose. In simple words, the helpful compound actually got to the place where the problem was. That does not prove a bowl of pineapple cures sinusitis, but it does show why pineapple gets so much attention. So what is the practical version? Eat about 1 cup of fresh pineapple chunks. That is roughly 165 grams. Chew it slowly. Or drink 4 to 6 ounces of unsweetened pineapple juice with a meal. Fresh pineapple is usually the better choice. If you want a simple routine, try pineapple as your afternoon snack instead of something dry and salty. Dry snacks can leave your mouth feeling like sandpaper. Pineapple does the opposite. It brings fluid and that bromelain connection in one step. But here's the catch. Pineapple can irritate your mouth if you eat too much. It can also bother reflux. And if you take blood thinners or you use bromelain supplements, you need to be careful. Because bromelain can increase bleeding risk in some people. Fresh food is usually gentler than a high-dose pill. I'd love to hear your story. What made you click on this video today? Share in the comments. Now, let's pump the brakes for a second. I'm not saying this to scare you, but you do need to know when home care stops being enough. If you have mucus with blood, chest pain, wheezing that is getting worse, shortness of breath at rest, blue lips, confusion, or a fever, you need medical care. If your symptoms improve and then suddenly get worse again, that can also be a warning sign. And watch for interactions. Honey can affect blood sugar. Ginger, garlic, and bromelain may raise bleeding risk, especially if you take warfarin, apixaban, rivaroxaban, clopidogrel, or even daily high-dose aspirin. Spicy foods can flare reflux. Warm fluids can be risky only if you have been told to limit fluids because of heart or kidney disease. So please use common sense. Also, if you have COPD, asthma, or heart failure, don't try to tough it out for too long. Thick mucus can turn into a bigger problem fast. And if the mucus is dark green for days, smells bad, or comes with facial pain that may need evaluation, so you're convinced, but thinking, how do I actually do this? Keep it easy. Start with the lowest effort option. Tomorrow morning, drink 1 full mug of warm water. If your throat is scratchy, add 1 teaspoon of honey. At lunch, have a bowl of warm broth. Add a little onion, garlic, or grated ginger for more flavor. In the afternoon, eat 1 cup of fresh pineapple. At dinner, add a tiny amount of red pepper or jalapeno to soup. That is it. One day. One simple test. You do not need 9 powders, 4 supplements, and a kitchen full of gadgets. If money is tight, warm water and broth are the budget winners. Ginger is cheap. Honey lasts a long time. Look, there's a lot of noise out there. The goal is simple. Thin the mucus, calm the irritation, and help your body clear it. Start with just one thing tomorrow morning, a mug of warm water. Your body will tell you if it's working. You'll feel less stuck and less pressure. If this helped you, hit that like button and subscribe for new tips every day. Stay healthy, stay strong.